answers are inside. Yeah, I am a 21st century superhuman. Now is the time. Come on everyone, let's celebrate. We are the children of the sun. I can see you when I look into your eyes. We are the same, we are light, yeah, we are one. Here now, hear my ancient prayer and sing along. We are awakening as one, and we can make a difference. Yeah, we can be the change it takes to make the world.
Hi, I'm Cary, Ellis, author of 21st Century Superhuman. This is our 21st Century Superhuman show, and today I have with me Alexander Rasol, my brother from Costa Rica.
Hello, buenas tardes.
Good to see you, Alexander. You look like really enlightened there. It's really a great image, as I know you are. So I was really blessed enough to come down here to Costa Rica, and you have a place where you rent out kind of hostel rooms and little apartments. And so I've gotten to stay in this beautiful tropical jungle right up the road from the Envision Festival. And both of us went and spent some time in Envision. And we had some really interesting discussions about what it was like, you know, Envision in relationship to the community and what's emerging in the young people. Is this like its fifth year, do you think, or?
This is its sixth year. Actually, I was when I was there Sunday night. There was a band on stage, and they asked how many people have been here all 6 years to Envision. So, yeah,
that's a lot of years. And I mean, 5,000 tickets sold, and probably 6,000 or 7,000 people showed up. Right? Is that
at least? Last year, I heard it was more like 8,000 to 10,000.
It's amazing. And we're in this beautiful small community called Uvita. Is that how you pronounce it properly?
Uvita, yes.
Uvita.
County or canton of Osa.
And it's a surfing area?
It's Marino Baena National Park. It's here, right on the coast, right here in the Uvita, Bahia are like two little communities right next to each other, and Bahia is on the coast. And the Marine National Park has their main ranger station. It's a marine park, and so it includes just a strip of beach on the coast and then out into the water, and it's like thousands of acres out into the ocean. And they have their main entrance here, so it's a tourist area. There are a lot of surfers that come here.
Yeah.
Mainly the town just north of here, a few kilometers, called Dominical. And then there's a more of a French-Canadian, Canadian-European enclave to the next town south of Ojo Chao. But this is a tourist area also for nationals, for Costa Ricans to come, and they camp on the beach here on the weekends.
Right. Yeah. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, thank you so much for having the space that I could come to, because I was telling you the other day I might not have jumped if I hadn't known somebody here. So it's really a treat to be here for several weeks at least, and trying to figure out how to not go back. But that remains to be seen. In case anybody can hear, we have a young person oming in the background, which is part of the little community here at the sort of hostel-like place that you have. It's really wonderful, high-frequency place. So thank you for sharing the space with all of us. I think one of the really beautiful things, you see these young people pouring in. There's people of all ages, but probably predominantly young. And from 20 to 30 range. And then there's, 40, 50, 60s also, but more of a smaller percentage of those. And people are in these beautiful bodies and outfits and that are very scanty and creative, and face paint and, body tattoos. Yeah. And it's just really fun to see, because you see this emerging life, creative life that everybody's getting to come and express and share together in kind of an emerging sort of earth community. So what would you say about that?
Really accurate description. This is the global New Earth community. These festivals, Envision Festival is very similar to Burning Man. and some of the other festivals that have just popped up and mushroomed all over the world in the last few years. Primarily the what we would call, we're like first wave generation, first wavers of the spiritual, awakening of humanity. They're like the second wavers and third wavers. They're the new generation, and that came in much more activated and alerted and ready for new than we did when we were, quote, born, in this lifetime. And they're from the late teens to the, say, early 30s is the primary group that is going to all these festivals all over the world. New Earth community living in a few days, and there's these tent camps that they live in, and they just kind of come and go to their tents and wherever they're staying, and just mix with the people and eat these wonderful foods and kombucha and all these different, they go to the workshops and they learn about, in a pragmatic way, in a practical way, they learn, how to align their energies. They learn yoga, different types of yoga and styles, and different techniques that they can wake themselves up and expand their knowledge and expand their skill set in riding the wave of increasing energies on the planet in a holistic, a communal, collective, and peaceful manner. It should be said, like you mentioned, that there are some that always come with maybe a slightly different intention, but the vast majority come that are with a true, sincere intention of expansion and increase in awareness.
Yes.
And learning new skills and growing and evolving themselves, self-empowering, etc.
Yeah, definitely. Really well.
Fun too. A lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Fun, joyful environment where everybody's just, hey, let's have as much fun as possible and share it, and share the love, share the peace, share the enjoyment. And this particular festival is right on the ocean, and so you go out and swimming in the surf in this beautiful South Pacific Ocean of Costa Rica, and get that healing energy, and a lot of healing going on. Some of the renters I have, one of the group was the Kula Yoga Collective, and they had a tent between the two yoga platforms, and they were giving away free healing and free cacao with spice in it, like the Mayans used to prepare. Yeah. And you could go there and just get free healing, Reiki energy in different styles. And it's just really a big celebration of life, the new lifestyles that we're developing and promoting, like islands of the future, like just temporarily islands of what all the world could be in the future, and all our future. And this could be all over the world. This could be how humanity lives into the future. As the old systems collapse, the new systems are already born, and already, for a few days at a time at least, thriving.
That's really beautiful. And I was so impressed at this is the first big festival like this that I've been at or around. And I didn't even attend the whole thing. I was just there one day, the last day. But the juiciness that comes when people just start living and relaxing into being creative beings. They've stepped out of the materialistic culture and how I've got to go to work and pay my rent, and I was really impressed at the amount of classes that are there, and how excited all the people that were there were so excited about taking herbal classes. I met a young collective who were planting breadfruit trees around the world to begin this food forest idea, where and that breadfruit is this carbohydrate that's better than, the white flour and the rice that has been commonly fed to people so extensively, and it grows so naturally in the tropical climates. And David Wolf was there, and he helped plant a breadfruit tree and gave a talk. And I think the young people that we talked to were so excited about just the arts. There's incredible artists there. I'll let you talk about a minute, because you're really knowledgeable about that. And some of it is in the slides, but just the level of life that we move into when we allow ourselves to go into this flow of music, art, dance, the joy of our being.
The visionary artist is probably my favorite. The gallery is probably my favorite place to visit, and then dancing to the music, you know, the wonderful bands and the DJs. But the visionary artist, I met another one. This is my third year of attendance. I met another one from Peru who was a direct student of Pablo Amarengo, who is the greatest, most famous shaman of Peru. He's like the shaman, and also the visionary artist, the greatest visionary artist among the South American shaman. And he paints, I mean, just like Pablo Amarengo, but absolutely stunning. And so I had a long conversation with him, and it's so wonderful. And then there were other artists there that are just absolutely superb. I'm just fascinated. I'm in awe of what they can do. You know, like this kind of work behind me. You know, that is it's just stunning. And so you get a chance at these festivals to talk to these people personally and listen to their experience and their stories. When people come and talk to me, and they ask me about, you know, how do you have these visions? How do you open your third eye? How do you maintain, you know, superhuman health, etc.? And it's all these different questions about connecting with the higher self, your inner child, and healing, of course, healing the traumas and the karma and the drama and all these things, and letting it go and release. So it's, you know, it's really dynamic. And most of the people, you know, a lot of the people are doing the hallucinogens. They are doing DMT and acid and these other things, but they're doing it in the way it was always meant to be done, which is as facilitators to consciousness expansion, as facilitators to connection and with each other, and also with their own inner self and the higher realms. That otherwise, living in what you were saying, the matrix society of, you know, Los Angeles or New York or whatever, they really can't experience there, because if they did these substances in there, it might get a little dark, you know. Mm-hmm. Whereas in this environment, which is much higher vibrational, it's a much safer and much more productive place and environment to do it in. So, you know, and a lot of them don't do anything, and they naturally get high. Mm-hmm. And they naturally have these experiences,
right?
You know, like I have, and I do. So,
right. And I know you're a coach and kind of a life coach for people that are going through that sort of transformational process.
Exactly. Going through their own process, self-realization facilitator.
Right.
Just help facilitate others to do the same thing.
Yeah, and we've been having great conversations with everybody who's flowing through here. One of the other contrasts that we had been kind of commenting on earlier was the local community and how it was for them to have the festival here, because there were some people that protested and others who just love it and go to it every year and participate any way that they can. So I know, didn't you even read an article in the paper this morning?
There was an article about the protest on Saturday, and it was a peaceful protest, and it was organized by the religious conservatives of the town that really see only one tiny aspect of the festival and of the people that come here, which is obviously the external, superficial aspect of, you know, drugs, alcohol, and nudity, you know, and these things. That's all they see. And because they have a very narrow perspective and paradigm that they're promoting and pushing, that they very dogmatic, etc. But the protest was peaceful, and some of the organizers went and talked to them. But the majority of the people here, especially the commercial interests, love the festival, because the festival brings so much economic, you know, gain to the area. And the vast majority of the people that come are very peaceful, very harmonious, and leave as little impact as possible upon the land and upon the environment and upon the town. So, you know, they just go to the waterfalls, they go to the beach, and they buy in the grocery store, and they do these things. So, you know, but you're always going to have, wherever you go, a very small, you know, section of the local community that doesn't like Woodstock back in the
Right.
early 70s or whatever, those kinds of festivals. There was always a section of each community that didn't really approve, you know?
Yeah. And, you know, we talk about that, I think, on a global scale. I mean, there's the kind of more dense, maybe populace who are still just sort of following the old ways. And then, but there's really millions on the planet now, probably hundreds of millions, waking up, wanting to step out of the old slavery system, to live more creative lives, to not have their lives sucked away with mindless jobs and taxes and all of that kind of thing, and to find new ways to live. And community, as you said, islands of the future, people gathering together, learning that they can get along, learning that they can communicate. I heard a lot of people having conversations about how they're learning how to communicate in better ways. And, you know, I thought this is just really amazing. And the food was incredible. Oh my God, there's all these like raw foods and fermented beverages, and the Krishna people were there with food for a donation, and then Love Burger, and which is a vegan burger, and but in pizza, I mean, just all kinds of really wonderful, amazing things. A lot of big staff, a lot of people helping, sorting trash, trying to make it as little impact on the area as possible.
Yeah, it's in a wildlife refuge. That whole
nice.
is a private wildlife refuge. So,
cool.
You know, they clean it up afterwards. Very, very conscientious of making sure that after the festival, it's all taken it down and cleaned up, you know, as perfectly as possible, you know, to leave the minimal impact.
Thank you so much, Alexander, for taking this few minutes with me and have this discussion. It's just been a really wonderful experience to be around the festival and to just be here in Costa Rica. I love getting out of the sort of dense culture of the United States. But one of the things that has been in discussion a lot as well is those of us who've gotten to grow up in a more, you know, advanced culture where we're well educated, we have economic opportunity, we have opportunity to grow into who we are. Now getting to carry that out into the world and begin to help bring intelligent ways of doing things into these other cultures, but also get nourished by the other culture where there's still so much pristine nature and simpler living. The food here tastes so good. Oh, I've been getting,
you know, maybe you mentioned in another part of this about how the Transformers exploded. I
didn't mention that. That was really powerful.
At the Envision Festival and also in this neighborhood.
As soon as everybody got here.
As soon as everyone got here, within a couple hours, a transformer exploded in the street, and another one 20 minutes later. Yeah, pop, you know?
Yep.
At the same time, at Envision, it happened, and
that
it was the
amazing.
First day, you know? So, I mean, the amount of energy just is amazing, is incredible. You know?
Yeah.
You know, when many gather like this together.
Right. I also actually ran into somebody here who's now staying over here at your little hostel area who knew me from staffing a non-duality conference out in San Jose, California. All the synchronicities are amazing. 3 years ago, when I was first launching 21st Century Superhuman, and as soon as she ran, I heard her voice and I was like, I know who that is. And we started visiting, and she said, the whole time I was in the workshops, I was wondering why you weren't teaching a workshop, because the stuff that you teach is so positive. It really needs to be here. And so I thought, well, I'm going to apply, and it'd be really great to get in the festival circuit. We can be doing 21st Century Superhuman stuff, Jedi training, a lot of the things we do that are really uplifting to living the next level on the planet.
I have an old blog. I'm no longer blogging. However, the site is definitely still up, and on there are pages about my professional services. The blog title is On the Cusp of the Wave, and the address is, you know, www.waverider1.wordpress.com. And so you can contact me through there. On the upper right is about the blogger, also the ebook On the Cusp of the Wave, and also another page for the professional services. So
you and I are in very similar circles. I say it's these kind of families of people that are merging together, and we're in these energy waves together of change. And one of the things that really drew me to you in the first place was you're really an incredible writer and teacher, and you're really good at speaking to what is going on. So I encourage people to seek you out. We'll put your link under the video on YouTube and at the Naturally Better TV. I want to thank Naturally Better TV for hosting these shows, 21st Century Superhuman shows. There are many other producers besides myself, but please follow our shows. Listen to them at 21stcenturysuperhuman.com. You can find myself and a team of people who are sharing tools for growing into the superhumans that we are. And enjoy the rest of this video, and we will see you all soon. Thanks, Alexander.
You're very welcome.
Adios and ciao.
Bless all.
Okay. So you girls are 21 Centurio Superhuman. And you came to Envision for...
Envision? Para conocer. Lo puedo decir en español, pero puedo decir más como...
You translate, Alexander?
To know it, just to get to know it, to visit, to experience
Sí,
it.
yo vine, o sea, en realidad estoy enamorada profundamente de Costa Rica y el poder tener una experiencia de esta manera, ¿no? El poder conectar con otros seres humanos que están viajando, pero de esta manera tan importante con el yoga.
She's in love with Costa Rica, and she came to have an experience and, you know, experience this environment and the area, and, you know.
And so
And the art.
The most amazing color eyes. I've never I have never seen eyes your colors. But I believe many of us come from Estrella, from the stars.
De las estrellas.
Seeded from the stars. ¿Cómo se dice seeded?
Como, sí, que
Sembrados.
como estamos en otros lados del cósmico y llegamos, encarnamos aquí como humanos para ayudar, como subir las vibraciones del planeta.
Aquí ahora, ¿no? Okay.
I was born in Venezuela, but I lived in Chile for a long time, so I'm from both places. I've done a lot of places.
And you in Costa Rica
For 2 years.
2 years. And you teach yoga.
Verdad. Verdad.
How wonderful.
And to be able to share wisdom that belongs to everybody. So you get to learn a lot about, for me, the most interesting thing is yoga and artes corporales, like body art, like movement arts, and dance, and a lot of different talks about sexuality and therapy, and workshops about how to do medicine with herbs and how to live sustainably better, and a lot of different classes, and dance classes and yoga classes. That's what's a lot of fun for me. And then I also like that they have space where they hold the sacred fire. So it's not only just going and to have fun. So there are people there that are also cultivating something different, holding a different space, so that other people that are interested in that can also go and be with the tribe. There are like different tribes coming together.
All the different aspects that she talked about, but also it's a demonstration and a perception of the new humanity.
Hoy pinchó, hoy tocó un hombre que para mí, la verdad, súper respetos, Spongol.
Spongol was here. Oh, I love Spongol.
Spongol hace que
The band, the
realmente
group.
esa conexión con cada una de las células, cada célula es un ser, ¿no? Entonces, esto hoy es lo que se ha estado vibrando en todo momento en la fiesta. Entonces, para mí, el Envision es como eso, ¿no? O sea,
I'm getting
realmente-
goosebumps just for talking about it.
Okay, so she's saying that the artist Bongo was here, and that she could feel when he was playing how he could actually make every cell vibrate like one, so it was just one whole body vibrating as one.
es perfecto que esta entrevista sea ahora, justo
This is
cuando
a
ha
perfect-
pasado todo esto, porque
Perfect timing for the interview right after this has just happened.
ajá, cuando estaba terminando Stronghold, yo lo hablaba con una amiga, que realmente, mira qué hermoso movimiento, o sea, que realmente están haciendo el nuevo ser humano, ¿no? Y está increíble el poder sentirlo en estos lugares, porque es así cuando se une en una sola danza, ¿no? Para vibrar.
Okay. It's the perfect time. Right after Spungle played, she was telling a friend how beautiful this was and how it exemplified the, exactly what she loves most and the new humanity and the new vibration, etc. And you can add the rest.
Okay,
So-
gracias.
And your names again, please?
Ana,
Diga
Ana?
nombre.
Cary.
I got my hair dry, ain't looking for no fight. I've been feeling fine, got my soul unwinding in the moonlight. I got my groove on, I got my shoes untied, and you got yours on too. And if you're not doing nothing, we can prove it tonight. Ooh, baby, hold on to me. I wanna feel it when you move. Ooh, baby, hold on to me. I wanna get into your groove. I see you dancing. Girl, you look so tight. If your train let loose, I could ride you the boost. Ooh, that would be alright. The way you're moving, well, it feels so nice. You're my desire, 'cause you got that fire, but you're cool like ice. Ooh, baby, hold on to me. I wanna feel it when you move. Ooh, baby, hold on to me. I wanna get into your groove. Ooh, baby, hold on to me, yeah. I wanna feel it when you move. Ooh, baby, hold on to me, yeah. I wanna get into your groove. I wanna get into your groove, feel it when you move. Got my circulation going, I can feel the blood flowing, love flowing. Into you is what I be, and from the heart I'm true. True love is what I need, can I get it from you? Yummy, 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 I got love in my tummy. So, what you doing wrapped up like a mummy? Won't you shed another layer, say a little prayer? God knows we want them to be there when we're staying up all night, doing it just right. The feeling is so tight, I'm thinking of just mine. Keep on grooving, got a feeling that I won't be long. Got a feeling that they're coming on strong, with the fire blazing and the temperature raising. Girl, I'm going crazy, 'cause it's so amazing. Won't you hold on tight, 'cause I just might wanna lose it all inside tonight and take flight. Ooh, baby, hold on to me. I wanna feel it when you move. Ooh, baby, hold on to me. I wanna get into your groove. Ooh, baby, hold on to me, yeah. I wanna feel it when you move. We came into each other's lives without a clue. We looked into each other's eyes with what we knew. our time and realize that it is true that we'll be friends forever, whatever we do. We realize we have been hiding in our skin, behind so many walls, too shy to let love in. We surely knew it right away that we are kin. We've climbed each other's walls, now let our lives begin. 'Cause ooh, it's nice to know you. It's good to feel you in my heart. Ooh, I wanna show you that I will love you like I have right from the start. Forever, more than a little bit of reason for my rhymes. You are the perfect way to start each day I find. It's always season for the sunshine in your eyes. I love the way you look so peaceful in my mind. We planted seeds of love and call upon so light. We've grown to shed our skin and learn to do things right. We've been to hell and back and everything's alright. Now let us celebrate this blessing without fright. 'Cause ooh, it's nice to know you. It's good to see we've come this far. Fun to know too that we will love each other just like from the start. Forever, so we'll hold each other close and smile with each new day. We'll always make the most and sing and laugh and play. 'Cause we have a gift that keeps on giving love away. Our love will shine forever, forever, every way. Got my soul right on. I got my soul right on. I got my soul right on, and it's grooving strong. I got my soul right on. Eternal's my soul light. Eternal's my soul light. Eternal's my soul light. It's burning bright. Eternal's my soul light. Some people say they're gonna be afraid and it's losing faith. And then we try to explain, but we don't wanna change and it's getting strange. Well, don't be afraid. Living is a game and you're winning when you lose. Sometimes try to open your mind and you'll find some time.